Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Get EQ Smart. Last time we spoke about personality characteristics and traits, and we spoke about being introvert and extrovert. Maybe you could identify with those different hints and tips, and you thought about that a little bit, and maybe you could see when you need some time out, how you energize, and if you need to be around people. All of those different hints and tips that I'm giving you are helping you to be more aware of what is going on inside of you. Today I would like to speak about your brain and how your brain functions, because that's also quite important to know when and if you're stressed and what you can do about it. So what we do here quite a lot is also neurofeedback training. That's a form of brain training, and for that we have to first assess the brain. Now the assessment is very similar to an EEG that they do in a hospital, and we then see if there are over or under activities in the brain. Our brains have a right and a left side. The right side is the more creative side, and the left side is your more rational way of thinking side, your side where you think logically, compared to your right side, which is more your emotional side of things. We also have different brain waves in our brain. We have the theta brain wave when we fall asleep, so it's a nice slow brain wave. We have the alpha brain wave when we are daydreaming, SMR, low beta when we are focusing at a task at hand, and we have the beta, the faster brain wave when we need to focus and concentrate. We also have a high beta, and that high beta can put us into a stress mode. So it's important to have the right levels and right brainwaves on the correct points that we feel that we can function optimally. So during an assessment, we would look at different points in the brain, and we would look at those different prefrontal, frontal, central, peripheral and occipital points, and just have a look if they are over and under activities. When we have, for instance, over activities here in the front, then we would feel quite stressed and flustered and can't think straight. If we have over activities in the back, we would not be able to sleep that nicely, not be able to switch off because your brain is just running too fast. It's very much like when you're anxious and your heart pumps really quickly, your brain can also be in an overactive mode, which means that you are in stress and anxiety. If your brain runs too slowly, for instance here in the front, then it might have the symptom of you drifting off and not paying attention, so your concentration wouldn't be that good. If you, for instance, have too high alpha on the side here, then you would also feel quite slow, low, not have enough energy and not be very positive. So there are a number of different symptoms that we look out for, and when we see those over and under activities in the different points in the brain, it tells us a lot, and the nice thing is that one can train the brain to change. So now that you learned about your brain and you learned how your brain is functioning and what it is actually doing when you may be stressed or when you're feeling low, I would like you to email me questions so that I can help you in person as well. As usual, please share and like our video, and I'm going to see you for another episode next week.